Hello fam, and welcome back to Cat on the Go. I've been having a hard time keeping to timers, as you could tell, so I'm going to try something new. I'm just going to record, and it's going to be as long as it is, and then I'm going to cut it up later and stick the intro on. So that seems to work for other videos I did. It worked for the Sherlock Holmes stuff I did with Banana Anna, so you know, who knows? If it works, it works, and if it doesn't, we'll figure something else out. So, well, I hope you enjoy. We're getting back into Minecraft. So last episode, I'm recording, right? Yeah. Last episode, we went through the caves, and that was a lot of fun, and we did a lot of work in there. And between last episode and this episode, I did a little bit of, cutting down wood. So I've got like 3 stacks of birch wood, and I did a little bit of, fishing. So I've got some fish and some string, more string, and, you know, stuff like that. So we won't immediately die because we have, like, no food whatsoever, which is good. But yeah, so this episode we were going to work on making some type of farm situation out. So, getting the animals and, stuff like that worked out. And it sounds like a plan. We're not going to do anything, like, super fancy, just something kind of simple. But, yeah. I just started the video, and now I'm just, like, brain dead. But, yeah, we want to... Ooh, more levels. Yeah, so you can see I'm up at level 13. Oh, it's also night, so let's sleep in our bed, because we have a bed now, so we can sleep in the bed. But what we want to do is we want to make some pens. I forgot about bunnies last time. There's also bunnies in Minecraft, but we don't have access to bunnies right now. But yeah, we want to start... we should expand our farm so that there's, like, enough food for our animals. We should do that first, and then we can... Oh, and we should also make the hoe, the diamond hoe, so we can start using the diamond hoe while we make this stuff. Because that's feeding 2 birds with 1 stone. So take the 2 diamonds. If we had an enchantment table, we could enchant it, but we do not. I'll take the whole stack for right now because we're going to need more of this. Yeah, so I want to do stuff like expand our farm, especially for stuff like beetroot. Maybe make a mushroom farm. I don't think stuff like that. Just kind of fill out our farms and stuff. So let's, oh, that's already cooked. That's fast. Yeah, I really like the smelters. Just to cook your stuff really fast. I think I'll take 1, 2, 3. I'm not gonna take the bone meal. Okay, but we should take the dirt just in case. I'm not gonna take all the food with us. Take the salmon though. Okay. So the whole thing is that we have to decide what type of, like the first thing we should do is we should decide what type of animal. Well, let's first do the food, and then we can kind of think about, like, what type of animal thing we want when we're doing the food. That sounds like a plan. Can you... No, that doesn't go in the smoker. Like, the, like, specific food stuff, like, ones, they're kind of cool, but they're also a little bit annoying because you end up wasting materials because they can only do a certain amount. So like with regular smelters, if you ran out of like food and you still had like use of the, like you still had flame left, you could just put some stone in there and then you'd get smooth stone, so you wouldn't lose the like use of the rest of it, but you'd still you'd still get levels. But now, even if you have like the build, oh, I should have brought the water bucket so that I could move water around. Okay, but yeah, now even if you have like stuff left, you run out of water. Not if you run out of water. If you run out of like food, but you still have like material left, you still have material that is already burning, you can't just chuck coal in it or whatever. Hopefully that made sense in some way. I'm gonna use a lapis. Hopefully I can dye. Nope, can't dye carpet. Oh wait, I might have to make it into... Can I dye carpet? Oh. Well, I could dye carpet, I just don't have enough carpet to dye. Okay. So I use carpet because of the way I set up mining stuff. You'll see in a second why I took the carpet out. You can also use lily pads. I've done lily pads. I'm not using lily pads right now because I only have one lily pad and I don't want to like waste it. But yeah, I'll show you. But yeah, I put the carpet. I put the carpet over it so that you don't fall into the water when you're walking around. You don't just go boom, because then you get that weird like jumping out thing and you can destroy crops that way. It's not fun. So yeah, just go up and why won't it let me put the carpet down? There we go. Yeah, so see, you do that and then you don't have to worry about falling into your water source that you put down. And currently this is what we have. We have the pumpkins over here, this over here, and yeah. So this is the setup I like to do. Because on average, you have 4 away before it like stops. You have 4 blocks away from the main source block before water stops making grass. So water hydrates blocks up to 4 blocks away. So this block C, even though there's a water block here, it's not being hydrated because it's too far away. But here is 4 blocks away. So I just make a 4 block away square, and that's how I do it. So yeah, I'm just gonna make out my next pad. And then we can start. I'm just gonna, so yeah, I'll be back to you when I think I'm done. Oh gosh, done with that. So I think I'm also gonna move around the stuff that I've already put here. Because I don't know, this was kind of just a temporary setup to begin with, so I'm gonna, you get your seeds back from those, that's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna move this around, and I think I'm gonna move all of it over. So what I think I'm gonna have is, I think I'm gonna have the big pads here and then the small pads next to them. And yeah, that's sounds like a plan. So maybe we'll start, and then I'm gonna later I'll go back and I don't know what to do. Later I'll go back and I'll kind of smooth it so that it looks better. Like right now there's these big cliffs on the side. Yeah, that won't be the end product, but for right now we're just kind of starting things out. But 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait. 1, yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then yeah, the water is on the 5th one. So then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll put the water here. So there's the water here. Let's start ripping this out. And then we can replant it. Actually, this will be a good experiment, because what we can do is we can take that, remove the water, and go to sleep and see how much of the dirt remains dry. I mean, stays wet, and even more how much of it stays pasture land, because it will turn back to regular like dirt if it's not near enough to water. So that'll be an interesting thing to check out. Let's see how much of it. These will take a little bit of time, but yeah. I tell you, like, squids have a death wish. Like, I keep on finding squidding. Like, they keep on beaching them. See, like, you can see, it's getting dry. So that'll be interesting to look at as we start working. But yeah, see, this is definitely close enough. It takes some time to get, like, to start getting moist. As you can see, that one right there. And plants can grow even not on moistened soil. They just, like that one's already grown, but they take longer and your soil is more likely to go back to being untended if it's not moistened. I think it takes longer. But it's all randomized by ticks. Like the tick rate. So every, like a tick is a certain time period. Every time it goes through a tick, it checks different like things in the world. It's important for coding. But yeah. So as you can see, almost all of it has become untended. Well, not untended, but almost all of it has become unmoist except for this patch and some weird parts over here. Which might probably... Oh, yeah, so this is still wet because of the water source right here. So that's probably why that's still wet. And then these are probably just going to dry out. Like, randomly. I think there's a random chance of things getting wet or unwet, depending on where it is. And, yeah, you can see slowly this fills in. One, two, three, and then this is 4. Yeah, but see, look, only one of them is now wet. That isn't close to the area that's not close to a water source. It's just this one, and this one will probably become dry again, but you never know. So let's see. And yeah, see over on the borders even it's becoming moist. But it takes time for everything to get water, to get saturated. It's cool. Oh yeah, see, it's gone now. And then we can put that in. And I'm just putting the blocks here because I want there to be a border between the different crops. This isn't necessary, I just like there to be a border between the different crops so I know like what's going where. It's just kind of an aesthetic thing for me. And I like having like a grassy border. The grass will slowly grow back there. It's just gonna take time. Oh yeah, and see, as you see, the untended soil is coming back where like slowly, if there's not enough water, it will become it'll go back to being like unpaved. What's the right word? Untilled.